Court say Odobroni yere Akosua Serwaa nso yere na awade type omware no Akosua Serwaa de no when me improve say waware Germany Akosua Serwaa ne lumba signature ni so the most scandalous of his statement is say yen onim de ekoso yakoye papers bi ne de abase certificate which was impugning on our integrity as lawyers osan kan say adanse a Akosua Serwaa lawful attending advance body enya papa de papa na abusu panyin ne presla de na papa mi wa presla ko wa monkro and technically aboya asemagu nyemam kuna ne de omina anko osande to so say omina anko ekuna. I just spoke to my client who said we should appeal against the decision, and I agree with her. I will prosecute and appeal. A presla na dance ni say no me aware say lumba aware wa bruti. And these are based of evidence that should have supported the certificate. Presla now also no him say amomne lumba transe abusua transe kofa ba lumba ba nso mbisa no amo say amparo wajai
na Presla odo broni daddy lumba ne second wife ana otia konwam ana yetu champagne sisi na nimu no yetu gu ne so wadi na tamfo so enkonim na enro Kumasi High Court no e pass final judgment na right after say judgment ne ba bonte na enyo nkrofo bi de na enye ndura na judgment ne ba bonte na minim say about 98% of Ghanaians e social media so yenyina ya lawyers for ma ene ye mame Akosua Serwaa de anam na lawyers so mo file for appeal na nyame yaduma 76 judgment sheet no ebeba bonte nyame yaduma Monday ene mpanimfo begina so e de file for appeal lawyer kusi abebo ni nkura kire nsem ni mu na o kire mu se nsem bi eye ne ya from Dan Kwesi Prince to Boase na menchero enra court niema ekoso wo ho amanfo esu ye memfa homa ne boni videos ni bi emfa embro message also ba no subscribe no share na busua na timi akoso akonanim na before me di videos ni update ni bi de ebebro no. This episode is really brought to you by Yes You Can Cyber Secure LLC. Na Singapore we US impelling say omoye free incentive practical cyber security JRC IT audit training edia mo bibia baabi ahwe mi firi utie mi firi se wa ma no ne akirikiri ni bencheye no registration no e free mpanifo se hu hia se obehia ICT anase IT background na our cyber security adekirede ne adesuade ewemu no mpanifo bejiro mutumi ne omunim de so akire cyber security fundamentals framework standard laws regulations ne de ka ho packages anase scholarship packages eyemfaso dia odo hodoma obenya registration link no at the comment section as a click so now register for free. Abusia yamna yensem ne so na eja enya land awie enra Kumasi High Court e pass final judgment between Daddy Luma and na ye no mienu entem de obeye kuna de oye team legal wife de onye team legal wife de aware no ofie ni de aware no court no ehun sensem no enra ana her lord ladyship Justice Dorinda Smith ata onene judge otena asemi so fiti day 1 na enra no pass final judgment se sisi no eye nipa mienu eye Akosua Serwaa ene odobroni ombetumi akwakoko yikuna na before krana na her ladyship ebe pass final judgment no ene ohwe nipa eji twidi ni twira dabe bodom pem e Kumasi High Court we busia na esewani
Ebada bay ana swami anti Dabi jam wa munya mami kasa wonya se papa mami abiro be puchi ro do mu ni mami wo mu ni mami owo be puchi abiro wa ya to atira dai maybe work hard. Abuja painting no more maybe work hard. Me you so that you buy hold on the card meeting the actually. Okay, so my property. But me mami pie. Are Bolo ga dey na go fusa. Bolo ga people fusa. E dey na see. Ami abiri we say push that for that. Aka me you so that you buy hold on. Let him show you my card. Yes. Yes, you so that you buy hold on. Why dey no pushing? Why dey no pushing? If you want to push mama why dey? He for no pushing.
Abusia na reactions ni bi eno no enti eno ye ma metrase pass ni final judgment se na medical aka no na ne kasa mu na ochire mu se fiti day 1 eye document a lawyer Kusi ene Akosua Serwaa e presented the chire court no kura ni nyankopon ani ni bonsam atiko eye ordinance marriage certificate a Akosua Serwaa chire mu se Daddy Luma ene no award ni certificate di adanse and judge ni chire mu se niam bi nko ye forgery ni signatures ni niam bi enko yie enti no court no entumi enyina so ebiemu nso no adanse a ewa Akosua Serwaa wade no no ento asomu na judge ni kire mu se de abusua pani Kofi Ewusu beka fa Priscilla Odobroni anasofori ata ho no eno na court no ejina so edi ebuaten ene ensema hodo na media minimum mra yenya musia na yenkutie lawyer Kusi ono anana ye lawyer edema Akosua Serwaa wa kire nsem ne judgment de course ne disappointment a wa feel
court say Odobroni ya yire Akosua Serwaa nso ya yire na awade type omo ware no Akosua Serwaa de no when to me improve say wa ware Germany. If I can something very important, I say Germany awade and the crata and prove. And to be quite no can so what Germany enough. It's a crata. A crata answer the buy or the way to swing. If you say Akosua Serwaa ni lumba signature niso. And or say the most scandalous of his statement is a young onim de ekoso yakoye papers bi ne de abase a certificate which was impugning on our integrity as lawyers. To me, it's scandalous. You see, so Osan can say adansia Akosua Serwaa lawful attending adansi for di nyina anya papa de papa ne abusu apanyini ne Priscilla de na papa me wa Priscilla ko wa monkro Osan make finding in favor of Priscilla say Priscilla and Kuna wa amon na asem no otroba an kwa e mood sin ye adansi for ne nsem mo kan and to technically aboya asem agu nemom Kuna ne de omina anko Osan to so omina anko ekuna aye order say abusu panyin support room no mko ekuna. And that's the decision of the court. In fact, lawyers, we must respect the decision, even though we disagree vehemently. Because a lot of things she said, we can't agree to. And you know, sitting here, a lot of calls I'm having from abroad, lawyers calling me to find out what is happening. Locally, everybody. And you see, I'm a learned person. I can't align myself with decisions which are scandalous and I cannot defend. And I just spoke to my client who said we should appeal against the decision. And I agree with her. I will prosecute and appeal. And like I just said, when we have gone upstairs, there will be our supporting a BRC. Now, I'm permanent about your Bonaya judgment now. 70 pages, right? 76.
76, yeah.
Exactly. You're back in Canada.
It's a Monday now.
In fact, my integrity in evidence, it was suggested you say I come manufacture document near there, but that make us send it was unfortunate because I can cross my heart. The document is genuine, it's from Germany, you see, and we also wrote to the German. You see, the point of certification,
okay,
in section 161 of the Evidence Act, one of the means verify foreign document and say would they be called Kuna free no embassy normal cost certify. So now they are baby the dance here. And here will be so there's a strong presumption of genuineness of the document unless there is suspicions and all that.
Okay.
So and over 1613 so I can say time new where they be verifying the idea. Courts will be fun to say genuine move on. Because look, it's not only the document. In our evidence, ye bon chrono. Aye Priscilla na dancing is no me aware say lumba aware abuti. And these are based of evidence that should have supported the certificate. Priscilla now also no him say e mo ne lumba trance. Ebusua trance ko fa ba lumba ba nso mo bisa no. E mo say ampare wajai. Maybe say now or the certificate you see there be. And which side should the presumption go in favor of this document? What does it? But she has, you know, judgments are opinions of the judges. And on one opinion, you have to abide by it. Untiasa no akosoro no change it. That's what we intend to do.
So based on say what can say mammy na nkodi kuna, it doesn't mean say evidence our do need to buy say our year call so kofi oni adina any admitted say indeed say that didn't buy no ho ade ento your yere.
Yes lawa monkuro. Odi say. And so I need wajitum. Say no kure. Na de me o deska de bia no no kure. Ye love what in kure de obonachi. She gave a long testimony. She picked a few places and Mami and no wo ha omo ware ordinance. Bimpoma o se oboa. Because Kaso ni Georgina been a and so say a whole lot of stories. And I believe it's an appealable judgment and we do such.
Okay. Wow. I was on for lawyer Kusi actually mu dia kire near course so
judgment never mama include back no transfer lie by lie. Because we haven't seen it. It was what she read.
Okay, it's invested.
It was the bar. Invested. Yeah, well, send a judgment. We have all grants of appeal bear 20. And we would make sure we go through it and do a correct work.
Now, a year sooner, you see, they are 13 for you. Now, some more appeal, the ban a bit to me, na ebia yene to me Akosua.
This judgment does not affect the funeral.
The funeral.
So, them say relieve a kosiki and our disem.
Yeah.
I know there, on becan another forum. What do I say? For us, it doesn't matter. In fact, the affecting estate, no. So, Akosua Serwaa ne Lumba, most of the properties women in a dinner as well. So that also will come up. You get the point. If I jointly own a property with a husband, it's a matrimonial property.
So that also become a contention
issue.
Because we be share comment section as and say case we go ahimfoni the reason why we can some fast and court just to no try say in case is ahimfo can so mun konko ya what if Lumba eja will ewe chire na ebia wan or it could be so no say bia most of the properties in wa will they move bia and the Maraso patch is only the spouse and the children who have capacity to even contest the will of an obia almost away from me boy. And to say if the court do not pronounce we need your area, why in a bit to me in case you say you could be well nanwa, which me I can say then I'm going to contest in same outrum because what if say or yeah well na Japade na or they are coming in Pahofro. Why in a bit me I can say Japade woman so you're in the man a bit me a contest here. Until here and if you don't pronounce the specific the person who's supposed to be the legitimate wife and man you a bit me that kokotana.
A man you know the same right as far as the pronouncement is concerned. But in cases where one of the wives has joint ownership with the disease in the another so and we will get to that.
Okay.
Nobody has entrusted the estate matter in my hands. But should it come to my office, I'll make sure I conduct a search and know the ownership of those properties before we take it up from there.
Because
a year no dear, the bay could have been a better. If our court granted to me, and then the court rightly said it. And the Abusian Fono, I heard you obey Kuna. So Mukase, I want my Akosua Serwaa nye Kuna. The Mukase on my double in Kuna. Sanity.
Okay, so what in campus is say with the instruction of your client, you know, appeal the decision.
Yeah.
Na one
say appeal na ready ya ko file china live Monday.
Monday yeah. Wow.
Send your court no judgment here some of the points you raised. To the grounds of appeal Monday ya file. Time is not on our side.
What opportunity any of clients are cast from the court today?
She wasn't in a good mood when she heard the story. Obviously, it's expected. So, also wabre. More meanings wabre. Now, on a bigger note, this judgment was not for Akosua Serwaa alone. It represented a class of society. As Santos Ubium, a year na santimamu ye nya opportunity power for a pronouncement okwan fa so ye a year e wa santimamu ha. Okay. We'll see if this judgment can stand that kind of standard.
Okay.
Yeah,
where down on
because
Apostle. Now, my question is not coming because Yamiadum cross examination in number hobby.
Mumman in Yamwa. We are here. So, I'm Ramudia, a sea. But you bet Mako next time, Corner Covini. If you are convinced, okay, sir. Now, and young one was here by my judgment, not from all over the globe. Be a flip, what is happening in Ghana. Ah, Mama. A country like Germany, a sovereign country, a conducting marriage, never Ghana, senior award here. That's what the judgment is. What does it? And even when we have gone to the German embassy for them to state, say, omo de me o no omo awade on say no de oji tuma nye paper kwa.
Is there any point Bianca when you say Bianca for German embassy for the more matter?
Yeah, because about the be a German embassy be befa. So yeah, or a German national. You don't say in Ghana, but or a nationality German. And our client can explore a possibility of getting the German government to say we are interested in the body. All the various, we are waiting for the judgment. Now that it is in, we look at the various options available. Because if indeed they married, now I can court say, it is unfair. When in the eyes of his home country, he's married. Now Bagana was on warrior. You know what it means?
Let me say, in the process, you know, most of Pina will be a Zankoba.
It's been a German embassy. In fact, what we wanted to do was to get the German embassy to tender the document from their office, so that question will maybe sano. Now I'm saying the 8 days in the D case.
Okay.
And to Oma to me a map because I'm you get the point. Okay. Judge na be anu ka say German be a sovereign and yet different opinion from Tomumba. What does it? We made the effort. Okay. A certification we wrote to the Ghana embassy in Germany. I'm say they don't do those certifications. Yanko foreign affairs. We went to foreign affairs. So
okay.
And we are all learning the law. You get the point.
Okay.
And so this will be a learning point for school for anyone.
Wow. I'm for you go send lawyer could see agent come Jedi said you be shame be at the film. But you be no mammy for more be patches and judgment with the I say and now you're hearing is Kuna. I said we don't have power anymore.
So because no war no other Nigeria. So that's the impulse of the judgment. But to be sincere with you, during the trial, I'm not sure Dobroni proved any marriage between him and Lumba. But I say, you won't plan what dear or and what time one in your badge in a 2 minutes. I don't implant one dear. To some extent, I agree with her. So
okay.
And you know, because all dance marriage we had an implant one dear.
Abusia ensem ni bi eno no enti ene de okọ social media highway no so ensem bebere na gentene ha mesi amanfo ye lawyers ehhehwe modem amundumi nkasa ade yi okoga no bebere aye beche contempt enti one ho akoka so konfo se ko ena make se lawyer kusi chirim se the clients Akosua Serwaa so me file for appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, your friend Dan Kwesi Prince bekoso am on the news we back and forth biano yet be so kase videos nyame yadom so December 13th another Lumba official funeral no ebeba so no kokruma billboard isisi abonten a ye ho announcement din nyina no update na ha ya na de bebere nyame yadom adase ne biom ibidi ehye mu maka